Good morning everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. I've come out this morning. It is currently 5 to 9 in the morning and it is the 5th of January. I've obviously been here now, I don't know, it's got to be around 4 weeks. For the last, I don't know actually, maybe 3 weeks, and maybe even 4, maybe just before we came away. But I've been suffering with little blips of vertigo. So if you don't already know, I'm on a lifetime medication because I've got a rare form of migraine called vestibular migraines. And I take medication every day, and I haven't really had vertigo for a very long time. But I keep getting like little blips of it here. So when I'm walking, it sometimes feels like I'm walking on sponge, and my head doesn't quite feel like it's with the rest of my body, if that makes any sense to anybody. Anyway, to cut a long story short, the rest of the family have gone to Universal this morning. There's no way I could have done any rides this morning with the way I'm feeling. I think it just would have made things worse. So I've come out by myself and I'm going to look at some home decor places. Not sure where. I'm currently outside a place called World Decor. I've never been here before, and I thought I got the place wrong because I'll turn you around in a minute. It looks a little bit like a warehouse. Can you see? So there are like, it's almost like, well, it is. It's like a warehouse depot. So I thought I'd have a look in there because I just Googled, I put in the sat nav home decor places, and this was the first one that came up. I've got no clue what this is going to be like or if it's going to be any good, but it looks like it could be like liquidation stock. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be my taste or what, but we'll have a look. Saying it doesn't open until 9 o'clock, but everything looks like it's open. Custom pickup ramp, please check in at office. I don't know if I have to go through those doors first, or do I just walk up the ramp? Please check in at office. Okay, we'll try checking in. Okay, I've just checked with the lady and it is literally just these bits that are right, so I'm going to leave it because none of this is my taste, and I've had a look at the prices. They are quite expensive. So we'll go somewhere else, see what we can find close by. So that was very overrated, but never mind. Not what I thought it was, but Google Maps sent me there, so Google doesn't always get it right, does it? Let's have a look. Let's have a look what else is close by. What on earth is Bargain World? Bargain World. Right, I'm going to have a look, decide where we're going next, and I'll obviously bring you along. I'm also starving, so not any breakfast, and I want to try and keep up my sugar levels at the moment because I don't think that helps in, I think it just aids to me feeling dizzy and funny, so maybe try and stop somewhere as well and get something to eat. Okay, I've travelled a little bit down the road and I'm outside a HomeGoods, Ross Dress for Less, Marshalls, I think I'm going to go in HomeGoods. I might pop in Ross, and there's also a pop shelf here. I wouldn't mind a quick look in there. There's also an altar. I've got something to return of my daughter's, and then I've also, there's a Super Target literally just around the corner, so I wouldn't mind going to Super Target as well. But it's currently 9:25, so nowhere opens for 5 minutes. So I'm just going to sit in the car, and I thought it'd be good to have a little bit of a catch up. So obviously I've been here now for around 4 weeks. I got a Tesla Model Y on Turo, which is like a rental thing, but it's slightly cheaper than like normal rentals. The main reason why I did that was because I just wanted to feel myself and feel the most confident in a car that I was used to driving. And honestly, it's the best decision I made, because I was really scared about driving here, and I don't know why, because I'm absolutely loving driving here. And now I've got to grips with it. It's just the easiest thing ever. I don't know why I'd built up in my head to be so scary. Probably because we've been coming here for so long and I've never really driven, apart from the odd time, the last, I'd say, 2 trips. I've just not driven. And I think it ended up building up into my head to be something that it was not. It's just, I'm finding it really easy here. There's obviously certain things that are very different to the UK. Obviously, you can turn right unless it says that you can't at traffic lights, which that's really easy. What else? I suppose making sure you get your lane early on when you're on a highway or the I4 is really important, because it just then makes your life easier. I did just come off the turnpike, which is, yeah, a minefield in itself, and I did take the wrong turn in. It is very confusing, I will say that. It's a lot. It's a bit of a process overload, but it's fine, you know. You just make these mistakes. You go on up, turn round. I mean, I say that it added, I think, another 9-10 minutes onto my journey, but it is what it is. But yeah, I'm absolutely loving driving here, and it's really weird because I've been driving here now for only like 4 weeks, but I can't imagine sitting on the other side of the car to drive. It would just feel weird now, I think. Yeah, we have purchased a vehicle, which again was another big decision, but a few reasons really. Obviously, when we get our visas, we're going to be coming over here, and we will be hopefully working straight away. We're doing a handover with Leslie and Julian, who own the business, for around 2 weeks, but that's just what that's what it says, in the contract. They're willing to go for as long as we need them to. So, but yeah, when we come over, it will be full on. And even just doing this now to buy a vehicle, it is not a quick and easy process. So I am glad that we're purchasing a vehicle beforehand. Obviously, if things don't go through, then we'll address that situation when and if it arises. But obviously, we're remaining really positive, and it's also something that we can submit as extra evidence when we get our interview date. You can submit extra evidence up to 15 days before your interview date. So this is obviously an asset for the business. We are purchasing a truck. We bought a second-hand F-150, I think it's 2018, which the sunroof wasn't working. So they were very eager, I will say, to get your money on the day. And we said no. We left a deposit and we said we'll pay the rest when the work's been done. Because, I don't know, I don't really want to just hand over money and then my worry was that they weren't going to do the work, or they would delay doing the work, or they wouldn't be in a rush to. So I'm glad we've done it the way we have. We've paid a deposit. We're due to collect that vehicle today, but apparently the part has been ordered and is only being done today. It's been, quite a slow process. Hence why I think we've done it the right way round, of being able to have a vehicle and in place, straight away, so that when we do come over, we have already got a vehicle. We've also set up insurance for that vehicle, which starts today. Like I said, I'm just waiting now for a phone call or a message to say that, or when the vehicle will be ready to collect. So I'm going to go into HomeGoods now. A few other bits. I don't know how long the rest of the family are going to be, but I know that they were making a beeline for Hagrid's this morning, and when they checked, it was about an hour queue. We did get up really early. We were up at like 6 something for the early entry, which you get with your annual passes. But traffic was a little bit heavy, so I don't think I dropped them off till, I think it's around 8:30. And obviously early entry starts 8, but hopefully they're going to have a fair few hours where they can just enjoy some rides together. And I'll have a few hours of peace, because I wouldn't say that it's been an enjoyable shopping experience so far looking for house stuff, because everyone just gets really bored and I get nagged a lot. So it'd be quite nice to just go and have a browse by myself. Obviously we're not going mad because our shipment should arrive soonish, in the next couple of weeks, I would have thought. But there are a few bits that, I could buy easily. So let's go and get in. I haven't seen anyone walking yet. Everyone's heading into Ross Dress for Less. What time? But it does say it opens at 9:30. We'll have a look anyway. Okay, I'll just show you. So we've got HomeGoods in front, a Ross Dress for Less, which sells clothing and homeware, and then just there is a Marshalls, and Marshalls is homeware. You'll find a lot of Marshalls attached to a HomeGoods store. Presuming that's because they're the same company. But let's go and have a look, see if they are open, because I don't know if that's shoppers in there or workers. It did say 9:30 opening. Let's see. Oh, hold on, phone's ringing. Could definitely do with some more greenery in our house. Do have a lot of faux plants arriving from the UK, so I don't want to go mad. They do also have a selection of Christmassy things in the sale. Not loads, but there is a fair bit. And then here they seem to go mad on Valentine's Day. I don't celebrate Valentine's Day, so I'm definitely not looking at any purchases for a Valentine's Day, but I am on the lookout for another door wreath, because I bought one for Christmas, but I really do like the look of a door wreath permanently. So I think one of the ones I've purchased I might keep for the inside of the house, and then purchase another one for the outside. Can't see a price on that one. How much is that? $29.99. It's quite cute. Lavender look. Oh, definitely need pots and things like that. They're getting a lot more garden stuff in now, which is quite nice. Definitely have to have a look at some garden bits. Kind of coffee syrup you could ever want, and it goes on and on. Desperate for one of these pet strollers. I'm not spending $120, but my gosh, she's desperate to take Bindi out for a walk. Definitely want some artwork for the entryway, but until I get this truck, I can't blooming fit. Well, I can fit it in the car, but not when I'm collecting people, unfortunately. I love how there is so much choice here. Like, so much choice, it is ridiculous. It does also make it a little bit harder to choose things because there is so much choice. They have a lot on clearance. Okay, next shop I'm going to take you into is called Top Shelf. They don't have loads and loads of homeware in here, but they do have bits, so I'll have a look. Okay, the first thing I noticed is it smells amazing in here. I don't know what of, but it smells incredible. I've got a feeling, I'm sure I've looked this before, I'm sure this is part of Dollar General group. I'm sure it is, but it's more homeware and things, but we'll have a look and see what we find. I'm going to pick up some of these for $3 each. I've just bought a door wreath and I'd like to inject a little bit of colour in it. I bought a plain one because I thought it'd be quite good that I can then change it up with different coloured flowers. So that's my plan. Got Christmassy bits here. It doesn't look like any of it's actually reduced though. I don't know why. Anyway, I'm not here to look at Christmas bits, although okay, maybe I spoke too soon. Some of this is quite nice. This now says 50% off. More like it. Okay, next up we are going to head on into a super Target. This is one of the closest ones to Universal, and I think I've only been in this one once or twice, but I'm presuming it's going to be on the larger side, being a super Target. That one says grocery, that side, so I think we'll head on down to this side because I love Target homeware stuff. Is just so nice, and their clothing, to be honest with you. Target in general is just a really lovely supermarket. It's actually one of my favourites here. I think I've discovered that if I'm going to do a food shop and it's just food, I'm going to head to Aldi. But if I want a bit of a mooch, or I don't know, just have a look around some homeware, it's definitely Target. Target is by far my most favourite supermarket. It's always really clean in here. Nice bathrooms and lots to look at. think I am going to try and head to the bathroom first, wherever they might be. But yeah, this, as you come in, so this one, all of the homeware is to the left. And we'll have a look around together. I think I'm already in heaven. Honestly, Target's decor is just stunning. I already like this little faux tree. Can be a bit expensive in here though, that's the only problem. And I find things like that don't necessarily have a price. Maybe 150. Really nice though. Very nice. And I quite like that little basket as well. I'm looking for one to go underneath like the hall table. Quite like that. That's a very nice mug. My kids keep complaining that the mugs we've got are too small. Peach flavour. Actually excited. I'm going to try it. Oh my god, it's so nice. Good morning everyone. So, it's the day after yesterday. Obviously you saw me out and about doing the spot shopping. So I did invest in a new door wreath. So the Christmas one has been taken down and that will obviously be for next year. But I wanted a new one for the front door. So I've done what I normally do, and that is buy a plain one, but then I've bought loads of accessories to go with it, and I'm going to have a go at jazzing it up myself. So I'll just show you the door wreath that I did buy. I got it from HomeGoods. I can't remember if I showed you the one that I actually chose or not, but I'll show you again. The only thing I want to change about this is the bow, because the colour just isn't right. And I also thought I could change up the colours of the bow through the seasons. So this is the one that I picked up. And yeah, I don't like this bow at all. So I might try and remove that now actually. because it's just not really going to go with what I've got. I also picked up a couple of tools from Dollar Tree. Got that one, and then a wire cutter, and then I'll show you the flowers and foliage I bought. So I bought a couple in Pop Shelf, but then I also went to Dollar Tree and found some really nice ones there. So I'm going to add those as well. So I'll show you the Pop Shelf ones first. So I got those, which were $3. Those, $3. And then I also got these, which were $3, which I thought were quite cute. And then I got quite a lot from Dollar Tree. Now, I personally don't think that you would find this sort of quality back in the UK, and these were all $1.25 each. And I just think they are absolutely beautiful. Some really lovely pinks, whites, lilacs. I think they're going to look gorgeous and also complement what I've bought from Pop Shelf as well. So I'm going to start, I think, by removing the bow. Just need to free up my tools. I do love doing things like this, and I find this sort of thing really relaxing. Right, cut the tag off, and then let's try removing this bow. Okay. Right, that is the bow removed. So it is a little bit bare there, isn't it? There is, I did see a little bit that's actually come off, so I might try adding that. Now I can't see where the wire's gone. Right, I'm just gonna feed this through the wire, and hopefully, obviously there will be a bow there, but for now I don't want it looking as bare. Okay, not as bare, but yeah, I will have some form of a bow there. So the good thing with this one is it's got, I don't even know what it is. I don't know what it is, but anyway, whatever it is, it makes it really easy for feeding through flowers, because a lot of the flowers are on wire, so I can just push it through. So yeah. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is line up some of my flowers off camera to kind of see what I think it's going to look like, and then I'll show you, and then we'll start attaching them. Okay, I'm just removing all of the stems ready to line up and work out where they're going to go. So glad I bought wire cutters. I think I might group them actually. I think that would make more sense, wouldn't it? And then I can see what I'm working with. Okay, so this is the colours that I'm working with. There's the wreath, and then I think what I'm going to do is, I don't know, I was going to place them but I think I'm just going to wing it like I normally do and just start adding them. But what? I don't know about you, but I think some of these are really beautiful quality and really pretty colours. Can't wait to kind of put this together and for it to look from this boring thing just up all looking spring and summery. Okay, I'm resting you on a box. I appreciate it isn't the greatest view, but you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm really struggling with places to put things because I don't really have many places. So I'm just going to crack on now, do my little thing, put it all together, make it look pretty. Trimming some of these as well because I think some are going to be too long, but I'd prefer to have done them longer and then be able to trim them than cut them too short to begin with. I'm really excited to see what this is going to look like. I think it's going to look really pretty. So each time I'm putting one in, I'm just making sure that the wire hasn't gone through to the back. Okay, I do actually think that I should be taking this up as a profession, because just saying, it looks damn good. I think it does. It looks beautiful. Like proper beautiful, if I may say so myself. Okay, let's get some of these bad boys in, maybe sticking out a little bit. No, I think I prefer them on the outside. Literally all I'm doing is pushing them in, finding a gap in whatever that stuff is. I don't know, I'm not a professional. And then when you find a gap, a bit of wiggle room, just push it in. Seems to be working. Use these that came off, because don't want anything to go to waste, do we? And I'm sure I could wrap them round. If I may say so myself, I think I've done a bloody good job. Are you ready? It's so exciting, it's so beautiful. Ta-da! Oh my gosh, so pretty. So pretty. I absolutely love it. I'm not even sure it needs a bow now, you know. I'm not sure it does. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. So beautiful, I love it. I am so glad I decided to do this myself rather than just buying a ready-made one that actually every single one that I looked at I wasn't particularly happy with. Whereas this, I'm in love. So I think I need to get it on the door to see what it properly looks like. Tell me that is not beautiful. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love it. I'm actually going to show you the whole of the front entrance. I don't know why, for me, the front entrance of a house has always been really important. I think it's just because even when you drive back to your home, you see it every single time, and it's the first thing that anyone sees when they come to your front door. So for me, a front door and how it's looked has always been really important. So I'm going to stand back now and I'm going to show you how we've styled this front door. So all of these are faux plants, all of them. If you know me well, you know that I kill absolutely everything. So we bought these pots, and then my husband went out. I told him to just buy some black stones, and he came back with the most beautiful black pebbles. Or in fact, underneath the black pebbles, we've just got really cheap sort of white stone, like really cheap. Probably 3/4 of the way up, and then we've put the black pebbles over the top, only because they are more expensive. And the main reason for wanting to do this was purely so that it weighted them down. So if we do have some really bad weather, then, you know, they're weighted down and hopefully not going to go anywhere. I'm really impressed with the faux plants, especially these. I think they look really real and I love them. I think they were $29.99 each from Hobby Lobby. And yeah, just really impressed with the quality. I can't remember where I got these two from. It might have been HomeGoods, I'm not sure, but somewhere like that. And then I've got my "Oh hello there" sign. This was, I think it was from Kirkland's, and it had something like 30 or 50% off. I don't know why, when we came to America and we purchased this house, the one thing I wanted was one of these signs, because a lot of Floridian homes have them and I just think it looks so cute. But yeah, this is the entryway of our house. I love the glass up on there. I would eventually like to make the two side panels here and here some privacy glass, only because I don't particularly like the fact that people can see straight through. And at the moment we don't have any furniture downstairs, so it's not like we're sat there for, like on sofas, for somebody to see us. So I haven't been too bothered, but yeah, I would like some sort of privacy glass. Sorry, I'm just looking and I've got to sort that out. There's like a bald patch that I'm not loving. That's better. Maybe not. I need to have a faff with that. That's a bit better. I don't think, well, not that I think, I'm definitely not going to put a bow on now. It really doesn't need it. This will, I think, just go through. Spring, summer is beautiful, pop of colour. And yeah, I just absolutely love this. I wouldn't mind, because we do have a fairly big porch. I wouldn't mind some sort of chair, but I don't know. It'd have to be a smaller one, or a very small rocking chair maybe to go there or something. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm so pleased with how this looks. So pleased. If you need me hiring out to do yours, just leave a comment below. I actually really enjoyed doing it, and I think in total it probably took me about 30-40 minutes, which isn't bad, I don't think, for the overall effect Okay, I don't know if it looks any different at all, but I've tweaked it a little bit and I've pulled a few of the flowers out and opened up like some of the petals. I can see a difference, but I don't know if you will. Okay, I thought we'd have a bit of a catch up, sat on the front porch as I've just decorated it. Honestly, like I had a comment from a lovely subscriber who always comments on my channel, and she just said that she can already hear the difference in my voice, and it's just so true. I just feel the best version of myself here. It's really hard to describe, and I think a lot of people, not a lot of people, but I think people can maybe come to the assumption that the reason why somebody would want to relocate to especially Florida is just to do with parks. It's just not the case at all. It's just being here. Even on a day where it starts off a bit gloomy or misty, you know, a few hours later you've got glorious sunshine, and I don't know, it's something so small, the weather, but it makes such a huge difference to me anyway. And a couple of weeks ago, me and my daughter were in the car. I think my son had stayed home, and I was just chatting to Isla, and I just sort of said, you know, how do you feel about being here now? And she was just like, it's really hard to put into words, like how I feel. I don't feel judged here. I feel like I can be myself, and just, yeah, the same as me really, just feeling the best version of herself. And you know, this was what it was all about. I've mentioned on my channel a few times about the issues my children have, and I say children, Ethan always goes, I don't know, shakes his head when I say children, because obviously he's 23, I get it, but it doesn't matter how old your children are, they'll always be your children. But even in the like 4 and a bit weeks we've been here now, I have seen such a difference, especially in my son. It could actually make me feel quite emotional. Just thinking about it. I need to get a grip. Yeah, just seeing the difference in my son in the 4 and a bit weeks we've been here has just been, I'm really finding it hard to put into words. Just amazing as a mum. Just amazing as a mum to see him growing in confidence, and the little changes we've seen already. And it is the little things. And when we decided to do this whole visa journey, one of the main reasons were because of our children. And we always knew deep down that it would be baby steps, especially with Ethan. And it really is baby steps. But what I've seen already in just over 4 weeks, just can only, I can't even imagine where we're going to be in a year's time with him. And all you ever want for your kids is just for them to be happy and live, you know, when they grow up, an independent, happy, wholesome life. And it might sound really dramatic for some, But I genuinely believe that the UK would never ever have given my son that, ever. And I'm not going to go into loads of details because, yeah, I don't need to, but all I will say is what a difference we've seen in him already. And I guess this was inevitable, but I guess coming out here for this time and spending a long vacation out here in the house that we've purchased just makes you want this move more than I've ever wanted anything in my life. And I know I've said that before, but now I've almost got what I would call a bit of a proof in the pudding. Now I want it like never ever ever before. I can't imagine if we were to be told that the answer's no. I mean, obviously we wouldn't give up, you know, that's never been an option. We've always said that we would never give up. But I just feel this country is going to give my kids so much, especially my son. You know, this is going to give him a job, something he's never had in the UK because of his crippling anxiety. And he'll be working alongside his family and hopefully feeling the best version of himself, being around his family every day working. I don't know. I didn't plan on getting emotional at all. This was meant to be like a real happy talk, and I am so happy. And I guess these are, you know, little tears, dampness of happiness. Every day just feels a really good day here. I'm sat here now just looking at trees and clear blue skies and sunshine, and the bird making weird noises in the trees. I don't know what that bird's doing. It sounds like it's being strangled. I don't know if you can hear it. I don't know. I'm just happy. Really, really, genuinely, deep down happy. And I hope this feeling never goes. Obviously I'm not stupid. I know we've just got here. But yeah, I don't know. I already know how I'm feeling. I can't see that changing. I hope it never ever changes. And I'm really excited to make this house a home, you know. We have kind of made some really big decisions along the way, and I think it was kind of almost like, well, we bought the house, so it's just like, well, we've done that, so we might as well do this and we might as well do that. And there'll be lots of decisions that we've made that people would just be, I don't know, shocked, outraged, think we're crazy. And we have had that a lot, that we're crazy, and yeah, we probably are. But that saying I always go back to, someone said to me, you don't get to sip champagne without taking risks, and boy have we taken some risks. I think a couple of videos ago I had somebody ask about the cats, so I just wanted to give a little bit of an update there. So we had what felt like some huge decisions to make. Basically, my in-laws flatly refused to have our 2 cats. We did rehome 2 animals. We rehomed Jasper, who I still feel such sadness to this day, and I miss him. Oh my gosh, I miss him so much. I need to stop thinking about that because I'll get upset again. Yeah, we we made the decision to rehome both of them. We rehomed Louis to a wonderful, wonderful family who live not far from where our actual home was that we moved out of in June. And then we basically couldn't find a home for Jasper. He was hugely, hugely unhappy in that house, and we just knew that it was to do with not being able to go out. In fact, when we did let him out in that sort of courtyard garden and kind of kept an eye on him, it was like a click of a switch, the happiest we'd seen him in months. And we would have been really selfish if we decided to bring him here. And that's the only thing that made that decision for us, because there would have been no going out here, purely because it's to keep them safe. You know, there's snakes, spiders, gators, there's so many things that can severely hurt them or eat them or kill them. And yeah, if we had been selfish and thinking of just ourselves, we would have brought Louis and Jasper here. And I didn't want a life for him. After seeing him out the back and just seeing a switch in him as a cat, from that point I just knew the decision had, you know, it was already made. Anyway, we couldn't find him a home. I didn't want him to go to any old home, but the people that took Louis decided to take Jasper as well. And oh my gosh, it was literally the best thing that could have ever happened, because they're such a lovely, lovely family, and their children are adorable and they idolise the cats. So I'm not worried. They've gone to an amazing home. I will forever feel a slight hole in my heart, and I know it sounds really dramatic, but if you ever had animals, then you'll know that feeling. I will always have a hole in my heart, and yeah, a bit of sadness. But anyway, so the girls, we did decide to ship here. Now again, I know that's madness, but worst case scenario, we just ship them back. They travelled really well. The main reason why we brought the girls were Bindi, because basically I would say, and this is no exaggeration, but Bindi is like a therapy animal for Isla. Without Bindi, she wouldn't have even made the move here, and she wanted the move like desperately. So it was a non-negotiable. And then Gracie, obviously we saved her from the streets in Cyprus, and she'd been through a lot, and we're the first bit of stability she'd ever had in her life, and I physically couldn't have done that to her. I couldn't have put her through going to a different home. She's still such a nervy cat, even around us. I just couldn't have done it. So yeah, the girls have been here. They flew out a few days after we arrived. So obviously my husband was in the UK. He drove them to Gatwick Airport. What is that noise? That's never an animal. I've never heard that noise before. So yeah, we obviously flew from Gatwick, and then I think 2 days later my husband travelled to Gatwick with the two girls, and then obviously later that day we picked them up from Orlando International Airport. Oh my gosh, Bindi was just, in fact Bindi and Grace was so pleased to see us. Like Isla kept saying, oh my god, Bindi's fixed. She's so funny, because she's just like a different cat. There's like this high level of appreciation, like we've saved her, that we've kept her, that, you know, we're there at the other end. It's really weird, but they've been settling in really well. Obviously they're both indoor cats. We have had our patio screened in. And we have left the door open a few times, obviously with us watching, because it is only like mesh screening and a cat could easily climb up that and rip it down. But they haven't really shown that much interest, to be honest with you. They might go out there for a few minutes and then come back in. But yeah, they're absolutely loving life and have no regrets at all about, is this a delivery? Have no regrets whatsoever about bringing them here. Best thing we ever did. Is this a delivery? Hold on a sec, I'm not sure if it... Okay, it's not a delivery for me, it's a delivery for next door. So yeah, and it was really weird actually, because when we brought the cats back to our house, it just felt, I don't know, like a proper home. I couldn't imagine not having any animals. But I have no regrets at all. Obviously, worst case scenario, we could ship them back. Nothing that we've done is irreversible, and that's the way we've looked at it. The house can be sold. The truck we're buying for the business can be sold. The cats can go back to the UK. There's nothing that's irreversible. And I know there's people around, and people that are around us, and that people that are watching this, that are going to think we are absolutely off our rocker. And I get it. You know, sometimes I think I'm off my rocker, to be quite honest. But, I don't know. All of it feels right. I don't particularly feel worried. I'm obviously worried about going for the interview. I just can only hope that everything goes okay. I'm already dreading going back to the UK, to be quite honest. I literally can't think of anything worse. I'm looking forward to catching up with Megs and my grandchildren. I'm looking forward to catching up with a friend and other family, my sister-in-law, brother-in-law, in-laws. You know, I am looking forward to catching up with all of them. But as in actually returning to the UK, no, I'm absolutely dreading it. I really, really am dreading it. At the moment, apart from missing Megs and my grandkids, there is nothing that I'm missing about the UK. And I'm sorry if that offends some of you that love the UK, but it's my true feelings. And one thing I've always been on this channel is just completely and utterly truthful. Hiya. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you jump. Yeah, all I've ever been is just completely and utterly myself. Oh, sorry, that's my neighbour. Just saying thank you. We gave them some British chocolate when we moved in for Christmas, and a Christmas card, just to, you know, be nice and neighbourly. What was I saying? I was saying that oh yeah, so I'm absolutely dreading going back to the UK. There's just nothing that I miss, nothing. Maybe a Home Bargains and B&M, bit of a potter. But the only thing that I truly miss is Megs and my grandkids and family. But that is it. There's nothing I miss about the UK. I am absolutely dreading going back. But it's got to be done. I've already started doing like some homework. I need to... Why has it gone so dark? Oh, why has it gone so dark? Okay, we're not quite as dark. Hopefully it'll stay this way. It was very dark a minute ago. Yeah, it's got to be done, hasn't it?